Stay tuned to the end of this episode to find out how you can win 2 free tickets to Sunset Melodies. Good morning, Marco Island. This is the Good Morning Marco podcast, Marco Island's first, only, and best podcast. My name is Ryan Sullivan.
And I'm Jordan Kraley.
And today we have a special guest.
My name is Collin Marsh.
Collin, very happy to have you on the podcast today, which
Happy
also,
to be here.
This is a momentous occasion for Good Morning Marco. I was going to mention this before we started recording, but you are the first episode that we are doing that is from someone who reached out to us first. Everyone else, it has either been myself or Jordan reaching out to them and saying it's like, we want to do an episode, and they're like, yes. And only half the time we've had to explain to people what Good Morning Marco is. Ooh, that got loud all of a sudden. So yeah, very, very cool to actually have somebody who is wanting to be on the podcast because they heard about the podcast.
Yeah.
So very exciting here.
Yeah, thanks for reaching out to us.
Yeah, for sure. I love what you guys are doing. We're, here to talk about a Marco event, so I figured this would be the perfect spot.
100%. So we're here talking today about Sunset Melodies, which I know very. Hello, I don't know who that is. I can't see that far. With Sunset Melodies, which I know very little about. But before we get into all that, I do want to say really quick. GoodMorningMarco.com is under construction. GoodMorningMarco.com should be available in the next 2 weeks or so. From that website, you can pre-order merch and everything. You can get one of these wonderful Good Morning Marco hats or one of our t-shirts. New t-shirt designs will be coming soon. Also, today is January 20th. If you want a MGA hat, a Make Marco Great Again hat, MGA. It's not MAGA, it's MGA. If you want we sell both orange and blue Make Marco Great Again hats. Those are available for $30. You can either DM us or right now you can still contact us going through my personal website. All of that will be migrating in the next few weeks. So still right now you can go to ryanmsullivan.com/good-morning-marco. However, you will be able to go to goodmorningmarco.com in just a few days. So with that.
Yeah, so Collin, thank you for reaching out to us.
Yeah, for sure.
Since you have seen a couple of the episodes, I'm just going to go over it real quick. We typically do...
This is for everybody watching who hasn't seen any episodes, so...
Fair. We typically do a little bit of an elevator pitch. So just to start off with, do you want to do like your personal elevator pitch?
Yeah, for sure. So my name is Collin. I am from Detroit, Michigan. I moved down to Florida a few years ago, about 3.5 years ago now, for school. So I just graduated from the University of Miami. My parents live on Marco, so I've been around here even before I was vacationing. We would come down here, and vacation when I was in high school and things like that. Now I'm happy to call Marco my residency. So here all the time. Love Marco.
One of the lucky 2,000 new residences in the last 4 years.
Yes, it's awesome here. It's a beautiful place to be. Love the island. Love the community. A lot of fun down here. And on top of me just being down here for school, while I was at the University of Miami, I did a bunch of events production, stuff like that, in music industry, making music, doing sound, all of that type of stuff. And that's really where I found my passion. Coming back to Marco, I connected with someone named Marsha who does Sunset Melodies, who's trying to start throwing this event. I got in contact with her, and it's just been pretty much me being on Marco, trying to make this a reality for them. Is kind of where I'm at now. Just want to be here, give more to the Marco community in terms of events and things going on here. Yeah.
I really love the way you put that.
Oh yeah, no, that's great. It's also I love the. I do want to say really quick before we get into all of what exactly Sunset Melodies is. I was looking at the poster the other day, and I was just like, wow. Our two logos go together great because we're the sunrise and y'all are the sunset. And you can't see the sunrise from Marco. really anywhere nice.
I mean, if you
except
go
for maybe the
over
bridge.
on the bridge, over on the
Yeah.
bridge,
It's-
Goodland. It's a
Yeah.
good spot.
Oh, and Goodland Bridge.
The Goodland
Yeah,
Bridge,
That's a
yeah.
good point. I'm never up early enough anyway, so
Gotta make a point
I'm
to do
up
it, but it's
late
worth
enough
it.
sometimes, but up early enough, no.
Well, Collin, speaking of Sunset Melodies,
Mm-hmm.
do you want to go ahead and give an elevator pitch for why you're here today?
Yeah, for sure. So Sunset Melodies is going to be a new festival series here on Marco. It's going to be every spring. We're going to try and do it. Currently, we have 4 events scheduled right here at the band shell at Veterans Park. Basically, what it is a kind of exclusive VIP type of event, something a little different than what's normally done here, where we're going to have tribute bands of all kinds around on Marco, or here at the band shell, to just give an experience that you wouldn't normally get here on Marco. So this Thursday is our first event, January 23rd. We're going to have a tribute band Main Street, which is a Bob Seger tribute, and also Journey Unauthorized. These are 2 non-local bands that are here, coming down, flying all the way down to Marco Island to do this show. And yeah, it's just pretty much a brand new type of event we're trying to do here on Marco. It's a ticketed event, bigger names than you're probably used to seeing on Marco, and we're just trying to build something new here on the island.
That's incredible. I personally am such a massive Bob Seger fan, which you don't meet a lot of Bob Seger fans my age. But I think it's because of Los Santos Rock Radio. I just love the song Night Moves so much. Night Moves is great. So I'll make sure to I'll get out of rehearsal as soon as I can and try to make it down and see if
Awesome.
they'll let me in.
The event's from 5 to 9.
5 to
so
9, cool. Then
Awesome.
Before Marco midnight,
Yeah, that's good. That's good. Someone was thinking, which there seems to be a lack of around here sometimes. So I'm
Yes.
glad that someone was thinking.
Yes.
Yeah, I think the tribute bands are perfect for Marco. You know, you've got our older demographic that really kind of misses the good old days of the music, and then you have all of the younger people here, which I typically find are like old souls.
Yeah. You kind of have
So-
to be living on Marco. If you're not an old soul, you are left in the dust.
Definitely. And we're also getting some younger bands here as well. So for our next show in February, we have Rock Republic. And,
I saw that, yeah.
Yeah, and Casey Bishop as well coming.
Very cool.
So they're going to be going on before around 5 o'clock for whoever's going on after. So also having some local names here mixed in around, but really we're trying to bring outside talent onto Marco.
That's really cool. Because funny enough, our last episode that we filmed was about how some people are saying that this space has sort of been wasted.
Yes.
Of some people were saying, oh, just doing this whole thing in the park is a big waste of money. But I mean, my consensus off that episode was, no, I think it's wasted potential right now. Yes. So it makes me very glad to see that someone is out here actually trying to bring some sort of culture to Marco. Because I remember last year in September, I went up to the Sound outdoor amphitheater in Clearwater, which is a very similar space to this. There's some raker seating, so it's a little bit larger seating area than just out on the grass in front of the amphitheater. But the stage is the same size and everything. And Ringo Starr and his all-star band was there, and I'm
Nice.
just like, why don't we have this on Marco? I'm like, well, I'm sure someone will eventually do it. So thank you to you, Sunset Melodies, for
sure.
actually taking the initiative to put something cool on Marco.
I know you guys have talked about it a little bit too in your previous episodes, but it is extremely difficult to do something here at this band shell. So we're really happy that we not only got this event coming up this week, but also 3 more this season to really try and test this out and get all the kinks worked out and want to make this spot our home. And it seems like we've gotten enough kind of push and pull with everyone to be able to do that, since we already have
Very
these 4 events coming up.
That's awesome. And so at these events, other than the music, what is there to expect?
Yeah, so there's quite a bit that's going to be going on. We're really trying to give a whole festival experience here, not just the show itself.
Oh, that's cool.
So,
that's cool.
I did say that it's ticketed, so before you actually walk in, there's going to be a whole bunch of stuff going on at the park here. We have a ton of food vendors coming, drink vendors. We're going to have an art walk come in, art in the park.
Oh, nice.
We've I think they've been here before, but basically just a bunch of artists. There's going to be some live art going on, people selling things to just walk around in this area and do, as well as some food trucks outside of the actual venue to come eat, hang out. Going to be a good atmosphere around here. And actually going inside of the venue, we have, once again, food and drink from a bunch of different places. I actually have list here. So we have bar service from La Mesa and Joey's. So a bunch of specialty cocktails going on there. And then we have food from Nautical Acai Bowls, Smokehouse Barbecue, Mystic Lobster, Joey's Pizza, and La Mesa. They're going to be doing their own specialty things as well. So a bunch of different food and drink options. We also have some flow artists as well. So flow toys are going to be going around. Yes, from actually Marco and Fort Myers local people.
Nice.
Some of just my friends that go out to the Marco beach, go out to the Fort Myers beach all the time, just do it for fun. Invited them down. So there's going to be some entertainment out in the grass. Earlier in the night, before any music actually starts, there's going to be a show as well from the Marco Island Dance Academy, which ties in a little bit to the benefit of the show itself. This isn't just a for-profit event. This is a lot of the proceeds are going to be going to a charity organization called the Victoria Strauss Foundation. Talk about that a little bit later, but keeping with the theme of dancing, we have the Marco Island Dance Academy that's going to be coming out and doing a show as well. And they may be dancing a little bit throughout the night. So
that's awesome.
There's a whole lot of stuff going on that we're trying to pull together. It should be a lot of entertainment for everyone.
That's cool. I like that. So what is the Victoria Strauss Foundation?
So the Victoria Strauss Foundation is a Florida-based organization. It started in around 2021, 2022.
Got it.
When Victoria Strauss, who was a dancer on the fly team at FAU, tragically passed away in a car accident. So her mother started the Victoria Strauss Foundation to try and give young dancers and just artists an opportunity to go to school and to get a better chance in life, kind of. And Marcia, the owner of Sunset Melodies and the one who's actually putting on the whole event, actually had Victoria in her dance studio back when she was a dance instructor. So hits very close to home with all of that for her, and she really wants to help benefit the foundation any way that she can. And now that she's coming down and kind of making her home in South Florida, she figured that it was a great time to try and tie this foundation into her own events.
That's very cool. I like that a lot because I mean, like, there's already there seems to be some pushback whenever anything tries to happen on Marco, just due to the nature of the demographic in the area. But knowing also that it is for a charity event and it's not a strictly for-profit thing is very admirable. It's a very nice thing to hear. And I think it will when you're in it to bless others, you yourself shall be blessed. So I think strictly due to it being a charity event as well, for the Victoria Strauss Foundation, I think it's going to go off without a hitch. So I'm wishing you guys a whole lot of luck.
Thank you.
Which I don't think necessarily
it's
you'll
been
need
a ride
the luck,
to try and set it up around here.
Yeah,
so we're really hoping for sure.
Cool. So I love that we've got local artists coming in. We've got it's very very tied to the community, which is great, because bringing in outdoor. Of course, we're outdoors, but bringing in outside groups to do something, and then including the local community in that by having flow artists, by having like La Mesa here, and anyone who watches the podcast knows I speak extremely highly of La Mesa.
It's a great spot.
It's an incredible restaurant.
They're going to be serving margaritas even at the bar, so you can get some of your favorite drinks.
A frozen marg down at the. That's great, because that was the thing that we were talking about actually on the last episode about how there was a different foundation that was doing an event that they chose to do it at the Marriott instead of here. And it's just like, oh, well, one benefit of having the Marriott is that they have, bars.
Yeah.
I'd rather pay for a really good La Mesa drink than an overpriced Marriott
This
drink.
is an incredibly true statement, and I'm glad that you said it instead of me. No, but you're right. You're absolutely right. So I'm excited. I don't know if I'll be able to make this first one, but I'm definitely going to look into it for the future. Which also, just realized, we should probably create an insert for the beginning of the fact that we are giving away 2 tickets.
Yes,
because
we
I
are.
realized we probably should have mentioned that at the very top of the episode. In fact, I'll do that right now. Give me 1 second. Stay tuned to the end of this episode to find out how you can win 2 free tickets to Sunset Melodies. Cool. And I'll just put that in the very beginning. And now you're seeing that now, and you're like, oh, I remember when that happened. Anyway.
I remember when that happened.
I remember when that happened 18 minutes ago. I have such a
Don't
good
worry, it'll be
memory.
another 18 before we tell you.
Yeah, this is your midway break to let you know, hey, keep staying tuned.
Keep staying in there.
Yeah, because I have to figure out exactly how we will plan on giving those tickets away. But we can talk about that in a minute.
Yeah.
So, let's see. I've been to a ticketed event here before, and they've had like a single one of those like plastic chain links all the way around. So how does is it like general admission, and like how much are tickets?
Yeah.
Like all those sorts of things.
So we did find that it was a little confusing for everyone on our website. So these ticket structures are subject to change for future shows.
Okay.
But in terms of the actual making sure that it's a private event, we are going to be putting up like a full fence, a full privacy fence around the entire place. We've been meeting with the fire marshals and everything too, because that's not really something that's done here too often. Having the emergency exit, making sure that there's enough space for everything. So we are going to have it completely closed in with the ticket check right here at the main entrance. And for actual ticketing, we have multiple tiers of tickets. So the way that we went about doing it was, since we want to make it more of an elevated experience than you might normally get here, we are going to have chairs out there for the people who purchase them, as well as some tables. So tables with tablecloth on top of them, and that comes with its own set of perks. But then also for the people who don't want to have their own seat for them, or just want the classic feel of coming down to Veterans Park, the cheapest ticket option is just like a general admission area where you can bring your own chair in and do that. So a lot of different tiers, hopefully something for everybody.
I think that'll also help with like choke hold areas of getting people in and seated by actually already having chairs here.
Yeah.
Because you just know that there's going to be people who will like forget that they were supposed to bring their own seating. It always happens. I know from running events in the past as well.
Yeah.
It's just like, oh, do you guys have any chairs? It's like, no, it said BYOC all over the flyer. Bring your own chair. It's like, was it not clear enough? I put a little picture of a chair next to it. Come on. Anyway, it's my own struggle. I don't need to burden everyone else with it.
It's going to be our struggle pretty soon.
Yeah.
If I had to guess. And then and then the tables as well. So just again trying to make a much better experience for everyone. Tables, the way that we're doing them, there's 4 top tables and 8 top tables. And if you purchase a table, so that includes the ticket for everyone that would be sitting at the table. And on top of that, you also get a free drink, and you also get valet service to and from the venue. So we know parking's a big issue here, and we're trying to grow the event. So we're trying to get ahead of that by the people who purchase it, at least, to come directly to your door, pick everyone up, bring you back here
Very
to the venue,
clever idea.
and take you from the venue back to your house at the end of the night.
That is awesome.
Yeah, so just complete service. Everyone in your group will be able to drink as much as you please.
Yeah.
It comes with a free drink right when you walk in as well for the table seating. So
I think that is a really great idea, because I know that, especially since it's in season, a lot of people always talk about, oh my gosh, these people with golf carts, or like just regular people driving in their car under the influence, and like, I mean, anybody down here
We're
knows
not having
people
a
can't
trolley
really
anymore.
drive. Really?
no trolley.
Oh yeah, no, they shot it down.
They shot that down.
The new council came in and was just like, no. So, bye. we made a useless video. No, I'm kidding.
It was fun while it lasted.
Yeah,
It
it was fun
was.
while it lasted, because it was supposed to start 2 weeks ago.
I didn't know that.
Yeah,
Was
it
it
was
really?
supposed
I've
to start
been
January
wondering where it
1st.
was. But
Yeah, no, the no trolley, no more. Who knows? Maybe once they actually install Once everyone can make up their minds and make nice for at least 10 minutes, they can induct in a 7th city councilor. By the way, if you want to write your local council member, I've been put back into the ring of Marco Island City Council. I don't necessarily know if I want to be on the city council, but if you want me on the city council, you can write to whoever you want and tell them to vote for me. Anyway, just know you will be doing me a disservice. So if you don't like
the whole island a disservice, actually.
Yeah, no, because I will.
You're about to tank Good Morning
I will
Marco.
wield enormous amounts of power, and I will abuse it. I will do stolen
Believe
valor.
me.
I will.
Gonna control the media, control city council.
Yeah, no. The coastal breeze,
Gonna
mine.
ban next door.
I'm going directly to the
I think that
servers.
would be
I'm going
a
to
public
light it on
service
fire.
for sure.
That would be good.
Yeah.
City of Marco Island Facebook group gone. It's called the City of Marco Ryan now.
You
Anyway.
put some thought into this.
What? No. This is all off the dome. Came up with it from my own imagination just now.
You would be a good politician.
Be a good dictator. You mean? There's a difference.
So back to Sunset.
Anyway.
Melodies.
Just super quick. Ironically enough, I am being inducted into a committee this week. So I will be a politician next week. So maybe
Start
that
of
wasn't
the
the best
political
idea
journey.
to start my political career off with. If you want to screen record that, post it on Facebook next door. I don't care. Use my words, twist them. Anyway, back to Sunset Melodies. You were going to say something.
No, I was just saying back to Sunset Melodies. I was waiting for you to come up with the clever rap back.
Well, is there anything else about the event that you think that our listeners should know? Or my subjects? Sorry.
Another thing that we your subjects.
Yeah.
Yes. Something that we did put some thought into as well is that we already know that there's a lot of kind of classic Marco Island events here, like Boardroom has music all the time,
Right.
stands every Sunday, things like that. We wanted to put the event on a day that didn't have a whole lot going on already.
That's
So
good.
that's why we chose Thursdays. So it's happening on Thursdays every month. That was just the day that we decided to pick. Wanted to do it in a day that there wasn't too much conflict going on with everything else on the island, and somewhere that we could really like kind of solidify ourselves in. So kind of everything about this event we tried to curate, and we're looking for more feedback on everything. So definitely
Very
everyone
cool.
that comes out, we want to get feedback. We want to improve the event in the future. We're local Marco Island people. We're just trying to build something here, like I've
Yeah.
been saying. So all feedback is appreciated on everything we're trying to do. We tried to plan everything in a way that it would make sense for here, but hindsight's 2020.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Good. So how did you originally get involved with Sunset Melodies?
Yeah, so I said a little bit in my elevator pitch, but I do events. That's kind of what I wanted to do after college, is to throw parties, throw events, do something in music and this live
Right,
event
yeah.
scene. So
Did you go to college for like music production or anything?
No,
like that,
I
or-
went to school for music, or not
Okay.
for music, for marketing, but
Okay,
I was
cool.
heavily involved in the music side of everything.
Cool.
So
Mhm.
while I was there, I was vice president of like a music collective there,
Nice.
and also the event producer for that. And we threw 2 festivals on our campus, did a bunch of contracting work for all the other colleges and organizations as well. We would kind of like provide them with sound equipment, provide them with DJs,
Nice.
PA systems, all of that type of stuff. So I have some experience in this, and when I got back to Marco after graduating, kind of was just trying to figure out what I was doing here, trying to get more involved with everything on the island.
Yeah.
Came across Sunset Melodies and did some research and reached out to the event producers of it, and that's how I got involved, just from kind of guerrilla going in.
Guerrilla marketing
Yeah,
tactics.
and,
Cool. I
and
like it.
saying,
I like
like,
it.
I want to be a part of this. This looks really cool. So
That's cool.
yeah, I wasn't recruited for it or anything. It was just something that I saw that was going to be happening, and I was like, I want to be a part of this.
That's extremely respectful. I mean, seeing something and just going, it's like, I want that, and going out and actually getting it is that's pretty cool.
Yeah.
I like that quality in anybody.
Yep.
So
and
that's-
it's sticking with the theme. That's how it got on this podcast. As
yeah,
well.
I know.
So,
Right? That's a good point. It is sticking with the
Yes.
theme.
yes.
So if you have Collin Marsh in your DMs, something's about to happen. Just saying.
Oh yeah, here to make stuff happen.
Yeah.
as much as I can.
Cool.
Yeah. You know, most things are dead ends, so it's cool when stuff like this works out. You miss 30 times before you hit one.
Yeah,
so
you
like
miss 100% of the shots you don't take. Quote Wayne Gretzky, quote Michael Scott. So.
That's the guy.
Yeah.
Yeah, but like even on Marco, just reaching out to a ton of different places around here. We've had success at places you might not think that we would have success. Like we reached out to the Marriott. Somehow we got on their events calendar for that. But then, you know, trying to deal with like Micah, who you would think would want more organizations to like partner with them, was just like no one.
Yeah,
and then
it is definitely like herding cats trying to get people to do things around here. I don't mean like the people as in the Islanders as a whole. I mean like the people who are supposed to help you make things happen.
Yeah,
which I know
everything
you can
just
relate
seems
to.
just seems to move pretty slow here.
Yeah.
So
Which
Island time.
yeah,
Island
I was just
which
gonna
there's
say.
nothing wrong with that. Definitely nothing wrong with that. But it's good to get the ball rolling on some stuff.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
thank you guys for making this happen on such short notice.
Absolutely, yeah. No, I'm glad we were able to, and the fact that the turnaround time on this episode is going to be magnificent. It might go up tomorrow afternoon instead of tomorrow morning. We'll see. Hopefully, it'll definitely go up tomorrow. Yeah, today is Sunday, by the way. It's January 19th. Look at the calendar. It's January 20th right now. Unless you're watching this at some point in the future,
Inception.
then you've got like 3 days to to get your tickets.
Yes, to
Where
get
can
on the
people get
event.
tickets?
So you can get your tickets on sunsetmelodies.com. The website is right there. We have all 4 of our events listed. On there, you can choose the ticket tiers, where exactly in the crowd you want to sit. You can do everything there. Or if you are just coming across this podcast or anything about Sunset Melodies, on the day of an event, we are selling tickets at the door.
That's
so
awesome.
you can just come up and get a ticket there. You don't have to get it prior. But if you do want to get like a table reservation or something with the valet service, then definitely get those tickets out beforehand. We'll have someone reach out and coordinate all of that.
Or you could comment on this podcast. Wait, I'm trying to think. How are we giving away tickets? We could figure this out right now. What would be a fun thing to do? Should do a post on Instagram that says like this post. Not everybody is on Instagram though. Is the only issue. Okay.
I think you could run a multi-platform
Anyone? Yeah.
giveaway.
The first person to text Collin.
Just put my
Find
phone
his
number out
social
on the
media.
internet. It's a scavenger hunt. You got to find me.
The first person to DM me my home address. No, I'm kidding. No. If you do that, you are banned from the podcast. So maybe if you go onto YouTube and comment your favorite, what about your favorite band from the 70s to 80s? Something that you'd like to see a tribute band here, either a band that you loved seeing or that you hate that you missed seeing them back when they were still touring and still doing that. Yeah. So say your favorite band that you would like to see live, especially a tribute of, in the comment section on the YouTube video. So if you're watching or listening to this on Spotify, just hop over to YouTube. If you don't have a Google account, you should by now. It's Gmail. And then
that's just how they enter, right? We'll have to do like a
we'll
little
enter that, and we'll
video of us announcing.
yeah, we'll take all those comments, which we'll do that Wednesday at 3 p.m. If you don't have your comment in by then you're not getting it. Wednesday by 3 p.m. we will have we will pick a winner out of all those, which it will be randomly selected. It's not going to be picking favorites, so don't worry. We'll put all those names into a hat, one of these hats we're selling, and then pull that out, and then whoever that is, we will contact you through your YouTube account. So that's it. That's how you enter. I think
right
that's
off
good.
the dome.
Right off the dome. Yeah, no, from my own imagination
Makes
just
sense
now.
to me. And we'll repost it and everything too on our stuff.
Cool.
Try and give you guys
Wonderful.
as much
We love
promotion as
that. We love that so much.
Oh yeah, cross promote. It's the way to do it.
Hey,
Of
my favorite function is collaborating on posts on Instagram. I love it so much.
It's a good one.
It's great. I love the future.
I don't like what Instagram did though with the like rectangles.
Ooh, making them
now.
rectangles.
do?
I know.
What'd they do?
They made it
I
rectangles.
thought
You
I
haven't
was
seen
What's
it.
tripping when I did
rectangles?
it.
Your feed. Look. Okay, so
They also changed like the way the names.
What?
are
it's
on there.
rectangles.
Why is it
And it
rectangles?
also will already show
Okay,
you part
it
of the
did
next
that.
thing.
It did that to me before, but it stopped doing
It's
that to me.
rectangles.
You were in the test group.
I was in the
then
test
it
group,
took you
and then
out.
it took me out. Let me see.
Deleted it.
I'm still squares.
You're still squares.
I'm still
What is Good Morning
squares.
Marco?
Let's see. I
It's
believe Good Morning
squares.
Marco is squares.
It's because yours hasn't updated.
Good Morning Marco is squares.
Therefore, all of them won't update.
Good Morning Marco is squares. I want
Be
that
there
on a
or be
t-shirt.
square.
That's our. I like it. I want that on a shirt now. Good Morning Marco is square. That's the new design. Dropping tomorrow. No, I hate that so much. Anyway, so I think it may be time for some rapid fire questions.
Ooh.
And I always throw this over to you because you always remember the questions that we usually ask. So.
All right.
Colin, this is my favorite question to ask people.
Okay.
Tea or coffee?
I thought you were going to say coffee or tea, and I was going to say it like at the same time as you.
So this is kind of a deep one for me because
Really?
I am a lifelong coffee drinker.
Okay.
I love coffee. However, I stopped drinking it about 4 months ago.
Okay.
Just cold turkey
What
stopped.
for? Was it for caffeine or was it
Sleep, to try and get better sleep.
Okay.
And
okay.
I do get better sleep. I
probably
just
do
sleep
that.
way too much now.
Morning, noon, and night.
Yes. But recently, tea.
Mm-hmm.
Lifelong, though, coffee.
Yeah. So what kind of tea do you usually drink?
I've been on like the lemon ginger grind recently. Get some honey in there.
I had a throat coat tea with honey this morning. I was surviving for sure. I woke up this morning. I was like, I have to record a podcast today.
The closest thing I got was a tea time.
Huh?
A tea time this morning.
Okay. Yeah. Oh, I
There's
saw
some
you were at 10K and did some.
10K.
Was it not 10K?
No,
I
I
thought
went
it
to
was at 10K.
Parfait.
Oh, I don't know what that is.
It's in Naples.
Ah, okay.
have to do an
Well,
episode.
I was going to say the same thing. Anytime I hear about something new around here, it's like, oh, I'll have to do an episode.
Okay, your turn.
Oh, well, that's the one that I always know, so that's why I pitched it over to you, because you usually know the other rapid fire. It's not very rapid fire questions. They're just short questions. I'm
We
getting a
don't
little
fire
too
them
giggly.
rapidly
I'm getting a
either.
little too giggly at this point.
I'm actually going to be so real. I don't remember a lot of them since
Oh.
we haven't done them in a while.
Yeah, I know. Well, who would you say is your biggest inspiration?
Ooh, that's a good question.
Yeah.
Probably Mac Miller.
Really?
Mac Miller, I'd say,
Okay.
is probably the number one. That dude, man, he rest his soul. But I've never seen someone get that much success from their own merit so young. He was like 14 years old,
Yeah.
selling mixtapes in his high school, and then just became an overnight pretty much sensation. And it was all by his own hard work, all by his own merit. In the music industry, just really, really resonate with him as a person.
It's very cool.
How do you feel about them releasing an album recently?
So I am like a Mac super fan. I have had this album on my hard drive. I found it on a sketchy Dropbox back in like 2019
That's so-
probably.
I've been about
They
it.
did change. They changed it a little bit from what it actually was. I think it's great that it's out there, but part of me, as an artist myself, knows that he didn't put it out for a reason.
Yeah.
So, double-edged sword. I think it's
Was
great
it
that it's out there.
unfinished when? Or
No,
was
it was a finished album.
Oh, wow.
He just completely made it. He made it, and I think the lore behind it is like a 2-week session.
Oh, wow.
Is the way that it was made, and it's just a very dark album. Like
Yeah.
Yeah.
very, very dark. And I think that's why I didn't put it out. He put out Faces instead of the one that just got released. If you've ever listened to that album is very dark as well, but nothing.
You're looking at the wrong
Nothing
person.
like it. But I think it's good. I think it's good that it's out there. Everyone should get to hear it. It's definitely a piece that will make you think if you listen to it.
Oh, for sure.
So on that note,
Pun
Who-
intended.
no, pun was absolutely not intended. I didn't even realize it was a pun until you said so. But on that note, that's the only other. I was going to try to say something different to avoid pun territory altogether. But
You need like a thesaurus.
yeah, woe is me. Yeah. Yes, I want a Good Morning Marco branded thesaurus. Go to goodmorningmarco.com to buy a Good Morning to donate so that I can make that a reality. So with that being said, that's another way to say it instead of on that note. Who would be so you're working extremely close with Sunset Melodies on all this. Who would be a dream group that you'd want to see perform here?
Ooh, I am a 60s guy, 60s,
Nice.
70s music guy. I would love to see a Beatles tribute band. And we know of some. Yes, got it
Very
on
happy.
the phone case. Love it.
Mm-hmm.
Would love to get some. I know that there's a local one. I forget their exact name around here.
So there is one that we know. I've met Ringo, not the Ringo. It's too much of a story to say
tribute
how I'm
Ringo.
related to tribute Ringo.
Tribute
That's
Ringo.
Leanne's
Yes.
husband. Yeah.
Yes.
And they've been trying to do something here for a while. So I bet we could very easily make that happen
Yep,
because
yep.
I know they're one of the bigger Beatles
Yeah, the
tribute bands as
bigger
well.
ones. Yeah, me and Marsha, the organizer of this event, have been talking about it. We're already starting to think about bookings for next season.
I would
next
be
season.
so
That's
happy for
awesome.
that to
So,
happen. You would
yeah.
have me out here posted up waiting the day before, because
Gotta get a good spot.
I have notifications turned on for Paul McCartney's website to see when he announces that he's coming back to America and he's done
I
with
was actually at
his South America
and
leg.
when I was probably 13 years old.
Really?
My parents took me to see Paul McCartney. It's one of the craziest shows I've ever seen.
That's so good.
Seeing him up there scream helter skelter as just an old guy, I was like, "There's no way.
That's
There's
so
no way.
fun.
It's just so cool."
My cousin, she is currently dating Ringo's front of house sound man.
Really?
Yeah. So she was just at Ringo's show at the Ryman this past weekend.
That is
and
so cool.
I have some pictures of her sitting behind Ringo's drum kit and everything like that. I'm just like, can you get me a cameo? Can you get me a birthday message or something? I just want with peace and love, Ryan, a very happy birthday to you there, boy. Like,
That's
I
a
just
good
want that.
impression.
I pride myself on
Maybe
my
you should be up
impression.
there. You should be
Yeah.
on the tribute.
I wouldn't be on the drums. If anything, I think I could do a damn good John Lennon.
You think so?
No, I would grace you all with it right now. Next Thursday, come out to Kava Culture open mic. I'll do a couple of my John Lennon songs. I think I do a great Imagine. Not as good as my what's it called? What's his diss track that he made on Paul McCartney? I completely forgot what it was called. Because John Lennon made a diss track on Paul
I
McCartney.
didn't know that.
How Can You Sleep?
How can you?
Yeah, How
sleep?
Can You Sleep? It's like, so Sergeant Pepper caught you by surprise, and it's a very good song. It's incredible, and he had George Harrison on it as well, playing guitar, which
Really?
was, yeah, because
That's
George
cool.
Harrison was also pissed off at Paul McCartney. So,
Yikes.
we need. I will.
Had a nasty fallout.
Yeah, I will regale my Beatles ramblings to a different podcast because this has nothing to do with Marco Island right
Yeah,
now.
we definitely gotta talk about that more.
Yes.
because I am a huge Beatles fan. I actually pride myself. This is one of my greatest accomplishments. I have every single copy of every single Beatles album, original pressings.
Really?
Yes,
Okay, because I know
You guys are about to be best friends.
Yeah, I know, right?
that was like my high school. Once I discovered vinyl records, I just got so obsessed
I
with
gotta
it.
see if I got a picture of the Beatles wall. I have a Beatles wall at home. I don't.
Just a shrine.
I don't think I have a photo of it, but what I do have is I have George Harrison's Rocky, his painted Stratocaster,
That is awesome.
a replica that my sister painted herself. Then I have John Lennon's Epiphone Casino, the hollow body that he used during the Get Back tapings, and then I also have. Not a Hofner, but I have the Epiphone version of of Paul's bass. It is a right-handed bass, unfortunately. And then on that wall, we've also got. I have a Yellow Submarine poster, and of course, you see my phone case.
Yep.
I've got a Yellow Submarine poster on that wall. I have an original.
Can thank Ringo for that one.
Yeah, I have an original of who's in what's it's Sergeant Pepper's Lonely Hearts Club Band, like in that's like framed and everything.
Yep.
I have the original Let It Be album as well. That's framed. And there are 2 separate Abbey road signs on the wall as
Two
well.
separate
Yeah, well,
ones.
because 2 different people got it for me for my birthday last year, but they're different ones. One is the one that's actually like realistic looking with the that you would find at a normal road sign with like the white and black, and then there's one that's like made to look weathered and like the green like it actually is on the actual Abbey Road. Anyway.
Yeah,
That is
one
so
thing
cool.
that we typically do a lot, like, or at least we all used to do a lot at Kava Culture, is when you walk across the thing. Oh no.
Oh yeah, you know so there is a right in front of Kava Culture there is a crosswalk.
Yeah.
Like that you can see perfectly from the street. It's like running perpendicular to the
So you
front
do
of.
the Abbey Road
So
cover
every
on it?
time we walk across the the crosswalk, it's like they're Abbey roading.
That's awesome.
My signature song used to be Yellow Submarine at open mic, and then I switched to
It's a good one to have.
what's it called? Octopus's Garden. So
Ooh,
yeah.
You love the Ringo songs.
I do. Well,
Love the
I
Ringo
was on a
songs.
Ringo kick after I went and saw Ringo live, so I was. I could talk about this literally all day.
Which
so
I was
go
going
ahead
to
and
say,
go into
maybe
something else.
you guys should do a part 2 of this when we meet with Sunset Melodies again next year and they do a Beatles tribute.
Yes,
100%.
100%.
100%.
We will. Can we do an episode? I'm gonna ask you, Jordan. Can we do an episode with the Beatles when they do Sunset Melody?
Yes.
I'll wear my Sgt. Pepper's Lonely Hearts Club Band uniform. In fact,
Let's do it.
wait here. Colin. I'll show you this. I can cut this out of the episode if people don't seem interested by this, but I think they'll love this because I'm going to flash it up on screen. So as we know, my Instagram is still squares, but oh, actually, the first photo on my Instagram is me Abbey roading, but then also my Halloween costume this year was this. I shaved and everything for it.
That's so awesome. The Sgt.
Yeah.
Pep's outfit.
So
I love it.
Sgt. Pepper's. I can't do it right here
love
because
it.
I'm afraid that
That is so
everyone in
cool.
here will look at me.
Oh, that's so badass. That's awesome.
Thanks. All right. Anyway, Jordan, do you have any other rapid fire questions that maybe won't put us on a 5 to 7 minute long Beatles tangent?
Well, somehow you relate everything to the Beatles, so I don't know how.
What's your favorite album?
Probably Rubber Soul.
Rubber Soul. Ooh. Okay.
Definitely go
Okay.
with Rubber Soul.
Now, what about favorite album? Just like hands down, like outside of the Beatles.
All time.
Yeah,
That is a really tough one.
I know.
I honestly
mine
don't
is
know if I could answer that.
mine is still probably Abbey Road. Just no
Maybe-
matter who you're asking.
I think, like, objectively, the best album that I listen to on a regular basis is Use Your Illusion 2, Guns N' Roses.
Ooh. Okay. Okay.
I think
I'm
that
not
album
familiar
is-
with the whole
is-
album.
It's just a masterpiece,
Mhm.
front to back. But, like, more recently, I said it earlier, probably Faces, Mac
Nice.
Miller.
Mhm.
Love that. Yeah.
Very cool. But while we're on the subject, we've talked about our like favorite concerts that we've been to on the Gray and Goler episode. Jordan, what's your favorite album?
My
We'll
favorite
pause
album.
for a second just because this kid is going to continue to do this because they saw that we're recording.
He's just having a ball.
Nice.
Yeah.
That was
Go
funny
ahead.
right when we started. Like, 10 noises started simultaneously.
It also gave you a second to think.
It did, except I thought nothing.
Me all the time.
My favorite album. I feel like I don't want this to sound like weird or cliche, but I feel like I haven't met my favorite album yet.
That doesn't sound weird or cliche because I've never heard anyone say the specific phrase, I haven't met my favorite album yet.
I like the phrase.
I do. I like it. I
Really
like
good
it. It's
phrase.
unique, but it's definitely not cliche because that is one of the more unique things I've heard out of your mouth. So, and I
That
realized
will
I
be on the
said
Good
that.
Morning Marco shirt.
We should just make a shirt of things that were said in this episode.
You know what'd be cool is if we did a shirt where it's like, you know, the black silhouette we have of us, but it was just a bunch of our quotes in the silhouette.
That would be really cool.
Do you guys have a quote book?
We do not. We
Need
do
to make
not.
one.
But we should. I actually have a Beatles poster in that used to be in my Yellow Submarine themed bathroom, that has all the words from every song off of the Yellow Submarine album, including the ones that weren't actually on the album but were still in the movie, that are in the shape of
Did
the
you
Yellow
say
Submarine.
movie?
Yeah.
It was a movie.
Do you not know this?
I didn't know that.
We're gonna have to have a movie night at some point, and I'm going to talk
The
to
Magical
Jason
Mystery
and Laura.
Tour had a movie.
Yeah.
And Yellow Submarine had
Yeah,
a movie.
and Hard Day's Night.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Well, I'm gonna be waiting for this Sunset Melodies
And-
movie.
We're just some Beatles nerds.
Yeah.
It's awesome.
Yeah, no, I
I'll see
100%
myself
am.
out, guys. Have a good time.
All right, let's see if we can't figure out another way to include the Beatles in our closing arguments here, because we're.
Would you rather travel
Would you rather
plane,
go to
ship, or
Liverpool?
submarine?
What?
Or submarine? Oh, you already know. Do we even have to answer?
What color is it? If you say anything other than yellow, I'm ending the podcast. No, not just the recording, the whole thing. I'm pulling it offline. Wait, no, you have access to everything now. I can't do that.
Mwah.
This was your plan all along.
It was.
I can't quit.
You're stuck.
Well, if I was going to be stuck in anything, this is a good thing to be stuck with. But with that, Collin, do you have any final closing arguments that you'd like to say, either about the foundation, about Sunset Melodies, about your own personal stuff, before we end off here?
So again, Sunset Melodies, our first event is here at Veterans Park this Thursday, starting at 5 p.m. to 9 p.m. Gonna have some great acts coming out. We got the Bob Seger tribute and the Journey tribute coming out.
Phenomenal.
Called Main Street and Unauthorized are the names of the two bands. Also, we have future events coming up. We already have them coming every month through the spring here. So on February 20th is the next one. That's also a Thursday. We have the Fleetwood Mac tribute called the Mirage. They're super popular, endorsed by AXS TV as the world's greatest tribute band.
Oh,
So,
wow. Just hands down.
Just
World's
hands
great.
down,
And
I
that's
guess, yeah.
that's
Pretty crazy. Not my words. We also it has praise from Stevie Nicks herself as well. And then also on February 20th show, we have Rock Republic coming with Casey Bishop.
cool.
No introduction needed for them. Also, March 20th, the following month, we have the Pixels, which is a retro 80s tribute. So just tons of 80s stuff going on.
Cool.
All this stuff is live music again. There's going to be no backing on any of this. And they're actually a South Florida-based one.
Oh, wow.
The,
Cool.
the 80s experience. Then also we got Bee Gees Gold, which is based out of Las Vegas. They're coming on the 20th of March. Then April 10th is the final show that we have. We have Eric Ellison's Lightfoot of the Rockies, which is a Colorado-based guy. Going to be doing Gordon Lightfoot's tribute here, as well as the
Edmund
Neil
Fitzgerald
Diamond
on the stage is going to go hard.
Mhm.
Sorry, go ahead. Neil
as
Diamond
well
Experience.
as the Neil Diamond Experience by Robert Neary. So, TV guy,
Very cool.
big name. He comes, he does this show, also super critically acclaimed. So, a lot of good shows coming up. Again, more info can be found at sunsetmelodies.com. You can also find us on social media. We have an active Facebook group and Instagram account. So go check us out, follow, do all the social media stuff.
Cool.
And
Cool.
we
You
hope
already
to see
knew
you
the
there
next
on
thing.
Thursday.
You already knew the next thing that I was going to ask you about where we can find you.
Yes.
So cool.
Yes, Instagram and Facebook. We're active on both of those, posting stuff about our new events. Love to connect there. Want to hear from the community what everyone wants to see for our future bookings for next
Nice.
season. Any sort of critiques you have about our festival on Thursday as well, we'd love to hear them. Can make the festival a better experience. It's a super tight group that actually produces this stuff, so we can definitely make a lot of change
Cool.
really quick with this.
Cool. And also, if you'd like to pitch any of your personal social medias, you can too, if you want to.
I am also, on top of doing events, I also make music and I do sound for a bunch of stuff. So my Instagram is just collin.marsh. You can check me out there. I have links to my music and some other stuff on there.
And it
as
would be a
well,
nice
so.
change of pace if someone were to reach out to Collin for once in his life.
Yes, that would be nice. If anyone needs me for anything, you know where to find me now.
Cool,
Collin.marsh on Instagram.
All right. With that being said,
Ryan, where can they find you?
I was going to ask you. You can find me www.ryanmsullivan.com. You can find links to all my social medias there. But of course, I am also Real Ryan Sullivan on Instagram. And also, I'm trying to do Twitter or X. I failed already.
Watch yourself.
Real Ryan Sully on there. The Real Ryan Sullivan. They wouldn't let me do that, but Real Ryan Sully, that's who I am on Twitter. So you can also find that linked on my website. And then, of course, you can also find Good Morning Marco on my website currently, but soon it will be on its own thing, www.goodmorningmarco.com. So make sure to save that page, because we'll have a mailing list and everything. We're getting our own personal email addresses. So if you want to reach out to me soon, you'll be able to email me from Ryan@goodmorningmarco.com. Was it goodmorningmarco.com?
You know,
or was it goodmorningmarcopod.com?
I was actually on your website looking for all of that information, and then I had to guerrilla find you through Instagram.
Really?
Your account to reach out.
Well, there's supposed to be a little message me button down at the bottom of my website, so I'll have to check. Okay, I'll have to reinstate it and make sure that GoDaddy is doing its job. Jordan, where can they find you?
Everywhere and nowhere.
Wow.
So hopefully I'll be launching my website this week for Current Creations,
Nice.
the content creation business,
Very cool.
which should be fun.
Congratulations.
Thank you. And then you can find me on Instagram at JGKraley03. A couple other random side project Instagrams that you'll probably
There's
find.
a whole ton. Yeah, which your link tree is also in the bio of this video. So
I need to
there's
update
yeah,
that now
update
that I
your
think
link
about
tree.
that.
I made my website as just a professional looking link tree. That's basically why I have the website.
Interesting.
That was my idea behind it anyway.
Huh.
Anyway.
But I do want to just say thank you to Marcia for reaching out to me about Remember Paradise and donating some awesome tickets to this event. I'm really looking forward to it. I really hope that I can make it. I'm going to try it really hard to go.
Cool.
So
I probably won't be able to because I've got to play this weekend, but I wish you all the best of luck. And we're wrapping up here rapidly because this is a repeat of the first episode that we did here, where it started raining at the very end. Or was that the second episode that we shot here?
The second episode.
Okay, I didn't remember if that was our pilot or not, or if that was the Burrowing Owls episode.
Yeah, at least they know we're really in Florida.
Yeah,
The
no.
weather
So, with that being said, thank you so much for watching. It really does mean the most, and we will see you all in the next one. Bye.